Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the American Farm. Alright, so what we got lined up for today is a couple things. So let's just take a little jaunt over here. As you can see, it's 6:04 in the morning, sun is shining, this is going to be a sunny day. Let's just check the weather. Yeah, 19 degrees Celsius, this is good. This is a nice sunny day. Alright, so we got this field all planted in barley. We went with barley this time around. Where is it here? We planted it in barley, and I only moved it to the next day, and it's almost ready to be harvested already. So if you do play on this map, it doesn't take very long for it to mature, or mature depending on who you're talking to. Alright, so we've planted it, and I just fast forwarded so it was day to the next day, and it's already half grown, so not quite like the newbie farm, which had a slightly more realistic growth time, but you don't always want to wait for crops to grow. Also, using our seeder that we have, it takes forever. Oh my goodness. That's why I didn't show that on camera. I think it took like, I just had it running tabbed out, and it took, I think it was hours. It took us such a long time, it was ridiculous. So I think we're going to replace that. And the cultivating took a long time too. It was just, it took a long time. Anyways, it's a big field, so. Anyways, so we have our fertilizer hooked up to our Massey Ferguson here. We're going to go ahead and fertilize this field. So some of this probably will be grown a little bit, and some of it probably won't be, like this side over here, because obviously it takes a bit longer. One thing I did notice is there actually are some dips in this field that I noticed, like a divot almost, when I was seeding it, which is kind of interesting actually. Anyways, let's get this going. So I've already prepared a course for this. I'm terrible at fertilizing personally, so I'm going to do it with courseplay. I'm sure you're all surprised by that. So this particular fertilizer is a just spreads dry fertilizer, 36 meters. Generally, let's just set them up first. It should work properly. I don't know why it wouldn't, but that's why we're following along with them. Generally what happens with dry fertilizer is it's just a surface treatment, and which way is it going? It's just a surface treatment, and not always the best way of fertilizing your fields. But usually you'll just add a little. Basically, this wouldn't be fertilizer only. You wouldn't just do this. You would do this and some other things on your farm. I can increase this a little bit. You wouldn't do just this. You would do this and other things on your farm. So what would happen is you would apply this, which could be a mixture of different fertilizers, or it would probably be a specific nutrient for your soil that you would put into it, and then you would add some other form of fertilizer. So it might be a combination of liquid fertilizer or solid fertilizer and this. It wouldn't just be this, but in this game it doesn't make a difference. It could just be just dry fertilizer, and then, or just liquid fertilizer, or just solid manure, and it would all basically just be 100% fertilized. Whereas in real life, it doesn't work that way. In real life, it's a bit different. In real life, what happens is, why is it going so weird? Oh, that's strange. In real life, what happens is you would add this and some other things as well to your ground. So what you would do, theoretically, what you could do is you could spray solid manure on your field. And then after that, you could do some tillage to help it get into the soil, because what would happen is if you just put solid manure on your field and you could smell it, basically you're just wasting money, because those nutrients aren't going into the soil, they're just going into the air, which makes it not effective basically. I was watching a video, and that's how I figured that out. I guess it was this morning I was watching it, and they were talking about using fertilizer, specifically solid fertilizer, and just doing a surface treatment. Not that effective. To get the most effective use out of solid fertilizer, you really gotta till it into the ground a little bit to help it. That's what they were saying, at least. So I don't know what you guys do on your farm, but It's one of the things they were saying that really works well in their farm specifically. So we still haven't got this drainage issue worked out. We're going to have to get it dealt with eventually. So like I mentioned, we're going to have to try and get some tile drainage put in. And then eventually we'll be able to plow that under and then use that portion of the field as well. Not for today, for another day. So that will be something else we'll have to deal with eventually. Another interesting fact about liquid fertilizer, actually, or liquid manure, I should say, is you don't normally do a surface treatment with that either. Same thing applies. What you could use, like in real life, what you would probably use would be something along the lines of a grubber. Not a grubber. What am I thinking of that name? I'm just going to wait for this to finish before I continue talking, else I'm not going to be able to do two things at once. You would use something that would cultivate and drop liquid manure into the soil at the same time. So like the Zune hammer does, for example. There's a feature of that which it has where it actually cultivates and fertilizes at the same time, which is a little bit more common with liquid fertilizer or liquid manure than. There we go. Oh, it does work. Good. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is costing us money. Might as well just fill it up all the way. There's no point of wasting time here, or wasting more fuel going back and forth. So there we go. That was done with course play too, by the way. You can do lots of things with course play if you know how to, at least. Anyway, so yeah, they were saying that you should actually use something that cultivates the earth and drops liquid manure into the soil as well. So basically, you're not just treating the topsoil, and you're actually getting you're actually improving the soil, not just the surface layer, but below the surface layer. So it actually improves it. The thing I was talking about is, let me just hop over there. Slurry tanks, I believe. Yes, so the thing I was talking about is, so you would use something like the Zune hammer right here, and then you would add this to the back of it. They call it the liquid manure grubber, but what it actually does is it cultivates and fertilizes your field at the same time, which is really cool. I don't know if it works at course play or not. I've never tried, but I don't use it because it has such a small working width. But you are cultivating at the same time, so that's a bit of a plus. And that actually would be, I don't have any. So this by itself does 20 meters wide, and then you can get the arms, which make it a bit more efficient, of 15 meters. And then you can you can add this, which only does 6 meters, but fertilizes and cultivates at the same time. So I don't know if you can actually just refill it, sorry, straight from stuff. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, that's what you would use, and you would get that. You would use that in the soil to get it into the soil. So you wouldn't just be fertilizing the surface. You'd be fertilizing the surface and lower levels below it, basically. So it makes it more efficient. The reason why there's so much overlap right now is just because I did a headlands first. I did actually. This map I probably don't need to, but just for safety's sake, I did it. But it is a bit of a waste, as you can see. But if I don't let it do its thing, it's going to mess up, I'm sure. So just deal with that. Alright, so it seems to be working fine so far. So we'll let that do its thing. On the dry fertilizer there. Alright, so let it do its thing, and it should tell us when it's done. So we're going to go ahead and hop over here. Apparently, I was reading through comments, not from this video, but from the American Eagle forums, and they were saying there originally was a different texture for the water, but it was messing. It was screwing up some people's computers, so they took it out, I guess. Or this version doesn't have it, but there's a version with nicer water, so which is fine. I don't mind. That's okay. I don't look at the water very often, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so the other thing we're going to do is, some people mentioned in the comments, in the, I think the video where I did the baling, some people suggested that got the, this is the wrong, I want to go on this building here. Some people suggested that I would go ahead and get the Got our 2 chickens there. Still don't have any eggs from the chickens, which is interesting, actually. Maybe because I only have 1 chicken, technically. Some people suggested that I go ahead and get the bale trailer, and I already did that after that, just because I make the episodes a bit more in advance, because I don't want to make it the day of every time, or else you probably wouldn't get one every day. So, anyway, so we're over here. We're looking at the Kenworth here, and I kind of realized that at this point in time, I actually don't need this cat trailer. Now I know I bought it, and I was originally like, I should buy it. I'll need it. I'll use it a lot. But this stage at our farm, we really don't need it that much, which is kind of unfortunate because it's a pretty cool trailer. So, keeping that in mind, I'm gonna sell it. I think that will afford us a couple of extra things. And if we do need a trailer that's similar to this, like obviously this trailer is good for transporting our combine, but at this time we only have 1 field, so it's not really that helpful yet. And I'm gonna go ahead and get another trailer, or I have the opportunity to get another trailer that will act similar. So I could get the where is it here? The PJ trailer, which is right here, which will act in a similar fashion, but I couldn't put the combine on this, for example, but I could put some small tractors and whatnot. So that is a lot cheaper than using the cat trailer. Also, I think the maintenance is a bit less. Also, some people suggested that I do some bale wrapping of the bales when I get to hay, and they suggested I get this. I haven't used it, to be honest with you, but I did pick it up. It's all in German, so I can't read it, unfortunately. But apparently those bales are big, 6,000 liters. Wow. But it will enable me to do that. Also, where is it here? I have another bale wrapper. I haven't tested either of these yet, so I don't know how well they work. Where is it here? The McHale 991 wrapper. I think this is actually an alpha or a beta. I'm not sure, but it didn't seem like it was finished yet. So, and I picked up this heavy-duty wool trailer. I don't know if it comes with that, or I can use a semi with it. I think I can use a semi, but those are some of the mods I picked up. And I also have another wrapper already, but it's for squares. It is the McHale 998 square bale wrapper. So eventually we may go to square bales, but this does mean I have to pick them up manually, and I'm not looking forward to that. Actually, not necessarily. Anyways, so I do have a couple bale wrappers we could use. Alright, let's go take this trailer to the shop because we don't need this trailer at the moment. It's a really nice trailer and it works well for transporting combines, but we're not transporting any combines anytime soon. So that is one of the things we need to think about. Maybe I should be on the right side of the road here, Ian. Sheesh. So we're going to go ahead and sell this trailer, and that will, like I said, it'll be able to allow us to afford a couple extra things. One of those things probably being a bigger seeder. Because that 2-meter seeder on that large field was painful. It took way, way too long to use. It was pretty... it was painful. If I had made a video of me seeding that field, the whole video would have been, I think, like a 2 or 3 hour video of just watching that seeder go back and forth. Basically, that's how long it took. Probably should have taken that a bit wider than I did there. All right, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and sell this, and it's a bit unfortunate, but at this time in our farm we actually don't need it. So, like I said, that's one of the things we're going to have to deal with. Alright, I don't know how much it's going to get us, actually. Let's just take a quick peek and find out. Alright. 55,000, so not as much as I thought, actually. But we do have 69,000, which is nice. I thought it was going to give us 100,000 for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so we have 69,000, sorry. So, we could get another tractor. But I don't know if it's worth it yet. Let's see what we got. We could get a mower. But, That needs 200 and that needs 85. We could get one of these actually. Apparently someone actually has mentioned that the baler I have right now actually works with hay, or works with hay that's not dried. So that's something to point out. That is 15,000, so that'll take us down to 54,000. Not sure. Not sure what to do. Let's look at seeders first before I get carried away, because I know I will. So right now, our fertilizer that we have, which is this one right here, not the more realistic version, but this one, it's working just fine and dandy. So I don't want to replace that yet. We don't have a tractor that can use that. We could use this. This actually fertilizes, but that kind of defeats the purpose of what we have. It is 5 meters though. That's 130. Someone, I forget who suggested this on the American Eagle mod site, but I tested it out on a different map and it actually works out fairly well. So thank you, by the way. You know who you are. This cultivates, but it's only 3 meters, so that would take way too long again. 130. We don't have enough for that. Our tractor's only 130,000, so wow, doesn't leave us many options. Sheesh. Nope, not many options at all. This, yeah, that's a stem-on. So I guess this is our only real option that, unless we do go for the cultivator one too. Because we don't have many options outside that. We could get a bigger cultivator too. What do we got here? So we have 130 horses. Can't really get much bigger than this one. Actually is a bit bigger than what we have, which is funny. It's actually cheaper too. This one actually fertilizes and cultivates at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't need a plow, but we definitely need a bigger sowing machine. This is really the only other option we have, which makes me sad. I think we're gonna keep this because it'll allow me to do sugar beets if I want to do that, and it also does corn as well if I want to do corn in the future. So this will allow us to plant this 5 meters, so it's an extra 3 meters wider. And it doesn't say how much horsepower I need, but it has 507 hours. That's why it's a bit cheaper. Yeah, let's buy that. Alright, so we're down to 63,000. What's the next thing? We could buy this, but that's not going to be helpful at all, actually. This might be a good first step. What else do we have here? I think this might be... This is 130,000. That's 130,000 too. So is that. Yeesh. And this is 2, yeah. That's gonna be a bit painful. I think so. Getting the other case set up might be a bit more helpful, and we're gonna need one of these too eventually. And that's a. We could get started on pigs using this actually, but that means we need a front loader. Oof. I don't know what to do right now. I'm gonna ask them to deliver that because I don't have anything to put it on right now to bring it home. So I'm gonna get them to deliver that that cedar. Alright, no one's coming, good. Alright, let's head down here. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to do next. I'm gonna think about it. Maybe I'll decide within this episode what to do next. Oh, he's finished work already. Excellent. Because that's going to be a bit of an interesting situation. We could get the corn header, but that's not very helpful. No, definitely not. Could go for the cutter, but we don't have any animals yet. We could buy some animals, actually. Which might be the thing to do, actually. Alright, let's just drive this. Let's take it back to where it was before. Actually, that's what I was thinking. Let's just park this here for the time being. And let's go grab the Massey Ferguson. So what I think, this is what I'm thinking. We have 30,000 liters of wheat still. Now that's 2 trips using our Massey Ferguson and our tipper there. Or I could buy a bigger tipper. That carries more. Not sure. Not sure indeed. This is so many tough choices, jeez. Alright, so let's go grab our Massey Ferguson here. Get him off the field. Alright, so what to do next? We can stop this course. Thank you, sir, for doing that so gracefully. And close that. I don't know if I could indicate with this. Apparently you can, but you can't see it. Oh, there it is. You just can't tell. Oh well. I'm not sure. So we're fertilized the field, or we have fertilized the field. It's ready to be harvested, or not ready to be harvested, but it's ready. Once it grows, it's ready to be harvested. So let's just put our. Let's lower it here, or let's lower it. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Turn that off. So yeah, somebody was saying that this baler actually will do it will do grass that's untedded, which is good. Good to know, at least. So we have 63,000. I don't know, because if we get this is what I'm thinking, because we're gonna need this eventually, but it might be or something like this, because this will do wheat and barley, and it holds one bale, and you just stick it in the direction you want it to go. But these will allow us to mix grass, straw, silage, or grain. So you can put grain in here too. But that's 32,000. And that will work for the cows, and it will also work for the sheep as well. I don't know. I'm not sure. We don't need a tedder. We don't need a windrower yet. We are going to need a mower of some sort. This would allow us to cut some grass, or some hay, I should say, really. And our tractor is powerful enough to use it. Or we could go for one of these, but I don't like using those. We don't need a slurry tank. We don't need a manure spreader. We don't need a sprayer because we already have one. Fertilized tank, but we do need the bigger seed. And we got this is we have 69,000. I am not sure what to do at this point. I don't know. So many different choices. Good lord. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna need a front loader eventually, so this will allow us to do more than one thing at the same time. It has 76 horsepower at 17,000. Our other option is this, which is 34,000, and we only need a front loader, so it's not really worth it in the end. In actual front loaders, we have a Bobcat, which is only good for Bobcat things. This is 21,000, has the same horsepower, so it's not worth it either. The Merlot is out of our price range. The Weidman is not something I want to drive. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Sorry for the momentary lapse there. Just trying to figure out what would be the best thing. So we're going to go ahead and buy this. And I'm just going to tab to that because that's far away. And what we'll do, so this is the... Oh, apparently I'm on top of the seater there. This is the Ford 83... What the heck is it? I just bought it and I didn't even know what it was. Yeah, 6640, because the other ones are the 83. So this is 6640, has 76 horsepower on it. It's front loader. So we might as well pick up a bale spike. That's not the right type of bale spike. What do we got here? These are just the front loader telehandle bale spikes. I thought we had more options. Nope. Johnson bale spike. It would look kind of odd with our tractor. I don't think we have many options. This is for round bales. Ooh, I've never used this one before. This is work. I don't know if this will work for the type. It only works if the bales are vertical, not horizontal. So I'm not going to pick that one up because it'll just make things awful. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get the one that's here, the yellow one, the Johnson. Northern manufacturers, Agro trailers, shears. I'm pretty sure this is for. Does it say it's for? We're gonna find out quickly enough. All right, so let's hop into our new Ford tractor here. This thing does have 4-wheel drive, which is nice. There we go. And let's pick up this right here. Oh, it does work. Excellent. And I have a feeling this seeder is going to be a bit heavy for this tractor. Just a feeling. Because I remember I've used this seeder before. Oops. Oh, apparently not. Oh, that's excellent then. That means I can use it for seeding as well. So this does fertilize as well, but it also seeds. And it seeds at 5 meters, which is nice. Does this have a signal on it? Oh, look at that. Might as well get to the actual place first. There we go. So this does allow us to move our straw bales now. And it also allows us to seed our field at a much faster, because it was ridiculous to try and use this thing before, or to try and use the other seeder. So we just gained an extra 3 meters for like, I don't know, 2,000 basically. We also picked up a front loader as well, so now we can get started on our cattle maybe. I think we're going to start with pigs first, because pigs are cheaper to start with. Some people suggested that I wait a bit longer before I get into the pigs. Why wait? If we can start using free manure now, why wait longer? They're not as efficient when you start them off, but you don't have to feed them everything. You can feed them some things, so it just keeps them at low productivity. So that's part of the reason why I went that route. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in our shop here. Now, unfortunately, this particular seeder doesn't say how much horsepower you need to pull it, but I think 70 horsepower. Or what we have, we also have a 130 horsepower, so both should be more than enough to pull that particular seeder. All right, so now we have those. We have a baler. We have 2 tractors, cultivator, and we can't really get a bigger cultivator yet. Which is unfortunate as well. So what we'll do is just gonna go around here. So this will probably increase the speed of which things goes, because basically what happens is if we want to seed and cultivate at the same time, we'll be able to do that, thankfully. All right, so the next thing we need to look at is, I feel like we're just going on a spending spree, but we kind of have to because we need to get started. So this is 32,000. That's holds 14 M3, and the big one here is 39. So this is 18 versus 14, extra 7,000. I just want to use this one because I never get to use it. So let's go ahead and buy that, and we'll ask them to deliver it kindly, like so. Thank you. So they deliver it. So this is the. I've had this a little bit, but not too much. So this is the. There we go. This is the Vicon mixer. Nice looking thing. Can I actually do anything with that? No, I guess not. Enter. Do I need to attach the PTO? No. And we have this little monitor over here, which tells us how much of each I think we have. So in this one, you can put crops in here. You can put straw, silage, and hay. So we actually do have some crops right now, which is good. So that will allow us to use this more effectively. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over to the straw bales that we have. And I know some of you are like, you're probably jumping the gun a little bit with the mixer, but you're probably right. Just the way it's got to be. Got to get started somehow, right? So I'm going to pull this over here. And this is going to be a little high, I think. So I'm just going to drop that off there, and I'm going to come around here. And, oof, there we go. Grab one of these straw bales. Oh, these are the in-game straw bales. I forgot how bouncy they were. Alright, O is to lock the bale, yes. Alright, so let's grab one of these, like so. And what we're going to need to do is going to need to be able to, I don't know if this is going to be, yeah, let's just make my life easier here. Let's put a ramp down there. So we have two types of ramps. We have, where, yeah, a loading ramp that's $6 grand, or a loading ramp which is 1,200. I don't know how high. This one has a low flat area. This one's for, let's try and use this one. Where are we here? So we are over in the corner, back around here. So let's get ourselves a little ramp. What we'll do is put it just, yeah, we'll put it on this side. Right there. We can always move it later if we need to. Let's just take a quick look at this ramp here. Oh yeah, that should be good. And it's even got a little thing to stop us from going over. Excellent. So let's go grab our other. Let's go grab our other tipper there, or other tipper. What am I talking about? Let's go grab the other tractor, and then we're gonna hook up that other tractor to the mixer, so we can monitor what the levels are like. Because I don't know what I don't like not knowing what the levels are supposed to be at. So now we're down. I was gonna get a tipper originally, a bigger tipper, but it seems like it wasn't in the cards for us today because we had some other purchases that needed to be picked up. But I think the next big purchase is going to be either a cultivator or a bigger truck for this, a bigger something for the semi here, because you only move around 15,000 liters takes a bit of an exercise and patience. I did sell some of the crops, as I'm sure you're aware. That's the reason why we only have 30,000. We actually started off with 90,000, so keep that in mind. And that's the reason why I only have 30,000. So let's go hook this up, and we can put some crops in here too. I don't know how that will work out actually, because I guess the way it would work out is you would. I don't think you can go under the silo and get crops in there that way. I think you actually have to use a front loader to do it. I'm not sure though. There we go. So the nice thing about this particular mixing wagon is the fact that it does work with grains as well, and not just hay, silage, and straw. So that's the nice thing about it. Alright, so let's straighten her out here and back her up. I'm gonna have to adjust the backing up limiter so it backs up a bit slower, because there we go, that's better. Whoa! Apparently that wasn't better. Apparently I just got a little bit too close to it. I'll have to remember that for next time. I wanted to get close enough so I didn't have to reach too far. There we go, that's better. Alright, let's hop into our Ford over here, which has our straw bale, and let's see if this works the way it's supposed to. Alright. Oh, that makes our lives easier. Holy cow, does it ever. Is it in the right spot? Good. Excellent. Now let's go see what that... So it gives us straw at 100%. Might as well just fill it up with straw right now. Might as well. Alright, so let's move another bale. And let's try and get this one on the end here, if we can. I'm going to have to adjust myself a little bit to get that one, I think. These are the in-game bales. Or not the, well, technically not the in-game bales, but they do act like those ones. There we go. So this thing holds, I think I said 14 M3 meters cubed. So in this game, I think it's like 14,000 liters is basically what it boils down to, I think. This a little bit further. There we go. And we can probably grab, I think, 2 more bales is what we're going to be able to use in this thing. And then we're going to give it to the pigs. I'm going to have to move this trailer, I think. It's going to be in the way very quickly. There we go. Alright. Let's go out this way this time. And the nice thing about this tractor, it's 4-wheel drive. And it's really peppy, which is nice for when you do little things around the yard like this, where you want to move quick, or as quick as you can. Oof, almost fell off there. And there we go. It's not quite full yet. Wow. I don't know if we have enough space for another one. Oh, I mean, if we have it, one that we can actually get to is what I'm referring to. So let's go grab another one. I think we have another one. Oh, we have one on the end there. Good. So let's go grab that. There we go. It's funny because in real life, this is the only view you would get. You don't get any other outside of the cab view. So it's always interesting to see how much more difficult it is when you're in a tractor like this, doing this, as opposed to, you know, looking at the tractor like this. Like, how much easier is it to know where things are? Like, if I try and do this in the tractor, like, some things are a bit easier, like knowing where my tires are. Whoops. But, like, for example, that, it's harder to tell. So, for example, I know that's in right now, because if you look right there, it's actually just on the other side of it. So if I were to lower it a little bit, but with round bale, you couldn't just unlock a bale and drop it like that, right? Oh, see, that's not even far enough, so let's... It should be enough to get in there. There we go. So, just the little things you need to consider. So we're just going to stop that tractor there, and we're almost full. So let's go. Now we should be able to just unload this straight into a pig barn here. Change unload side? No, it doesn't make a difference. So let's go in here, and we should be able just to unload straight from this. So straw isn't accepted, so good. There we go. Giving our pigs some straw, so this will increase their productivity now, so they'll start producing, and we'll be able to see how much manure and liquid manure they produce now because of this. And we can give them some of our wheat if we want to as well. Which we could do, actually, now that I think about it. I don't want to give them too much because we can't afford to give them a lot. It's going to be too expensive. Alright. Apparently just turns on, stays on. So let's go attempt something else. Let's go see if we can actually fill this up from the silo over here. I don't want to get a whole lot because this is going to be a waste, but I'm just curious if we can just go right underneath here like this. You can. So you can go underneath that. And it's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So you can just go underneath that. That's good to know. Obviously, I don't want to waste too much of my crop. Now, what happens if I turn it on? Nothing. Now that's wheat that we could give our animals. So in this case, this is way too much crops for these animals. It's not a perfect mix yet. So we're going to try and add some straw and see what happens. The one problem we're going to have with mixing stuff in here is getting the right portions. Now eventually, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just drop one hay bale, one straw bale. There we go. One hay bale, one straw bale, and then fill the rest with silage. That will probably be what happens in the end. Now let's drop a straw bale in here and see what happens. Alright, so now we have, our pigs are going to increase productivity now. So we should be able to, am I going to be able to get a bale in here? We should be able to get some pigs going. And we can give, like I said, we can give them some of our straw, did I get that? No. We can get some of our, need to keep this so I can see what it, is it locked? No. Whoops. Ding. No. So I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. So I'm going to have to grab this semi and bring it over here to move this out of the way. That's going to be my way now. Oh, jeez. Alright, so basically what we're trying to figure out right now is whether or not we can put like a little bit of wheat and a little bit of straw to see if we can get a nice mixed ration for the animals. I'm kind of curious because I wasn't sure whether you'd be able to or not. So you can just go straight from the silo, which is good to know. And what we can do right now is let's buy some more chickens now that I think about it, because I can hear the rooster in the background. So let's go for, let's say, 20 chickens, because they're cheap and it'll be a nice little source of income there. Alright, so let's grab the semi and move the bale trailer, because once that barley's ready to go, we're gonna have a lot more going on. And actually this also means that we can be harvesting, unloading, and baling all at the same time, which is kind of cool, because we do have the extra tractor now. Alright, so let's go move that bale trailer. That's totally in the way now. There we go. Let's get in the cab here. Drive our semi around the yard. Eventually what we'll do is we may get 2 semis, but for now we only need 1. And we barely even need this one at the moment, so it crossed my mind to sell it, but I like this. I like this particular. Let's see if I can do it with the mirrors. I don't know if I can or not. Where are we here? So there's the edge of the trailer. So I want to be able to see just that one side. I think. I've never done this before. Just guessing. I've never done it, so we're just trying it. A little bit further. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Can't believe I was able to do that. Alright, so let's move the bale trailer out of the way. Put it there for the time being. Excellent. Let's hop in the Ford. So based on the last time we did straw, we're going to get roughly another 100 bales, so I think we'll be okay for straw. Alright. Let's get this one dead in the center there. So in real life, if you were to hit a bale, you would just nudge it a little bit, and then you would know you have it. But in this game, unfortunately, it's a little bit hard to tell, because things like that happen. Things like physics don't work very well in this game. All those sorts of things. Alright, let's try and just in cab again. So we're going to raise it up. And one of the things is you probably wouldn't raise a bale that high, because bales of hay are really, really heavy. Straw, at least. Well, straw's a bit lighter than hay, but... Alright, so... It looks like it's in the right spot. No, I'm just hitting it now. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh my goodness. You didn't see that. Alright, so what's the mix at now? So now we have a slight mix of straw, so we have not a good mix yet. So we still need... What's going to happen eventually, it looks like we're going to need a... if I put another straw bale in there, that might bring this... let's give that a go. So it's not quite the right mix yet. Technically what would happen is you would actually talk to I believe it's called an agronomist or basically a specialist when it comes to feeding cows and whatnot. And they would tell you the appropriate mix to use, and then you would find out what that appropriate mix is, and you would do it that way. You wouldn't just guess like I'm doing here. And you would actually have in some cases you might actually have some sort of or like an automated mixing system, like the mixing station, which allows you to. Oh, come on, get in there! Really? There we go. You'd have some sort of mixing station, potentially, which would allow you to just get the proper mix. No, so we're not going to get the right mix, basically, is what it boils down to. We're going to need some other things in there. So I put one straw bale and a little bit of crops, and it's not going to work out. So, well, that's good to know. Let's turn off the Ford for now. And let's go give our pigs this. This is a little bit of crops and a little bit of straw. So I have to keep in mind that there's two buildings here, and they represent different pigs. So I need to keep that in mind. So that's how many liters it is. There we go. So we're getting... Oh, it's putting silage in there now. Interesting. So it considers crops as silage. That's kind of interesting. Because you see here it's brown, it's not the white which we're looking for. It's not the total mixed rations which is supposed to be. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Alright. Huh, cool. Alright, so we got a mixer now. So this is one pig station and this is the other one. So I have to remember which one's which, because they do register as different pigs each time when I put stuff in it, not just a single one, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's the way it goes. So now we're producing, or we will start to produce a little bit of liquid manure. We'll start to produce a little bit of manure and a few pigs once the pigs get going, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I wonder if I can do it like this. Oof, probably not. That's loud. I don't know why I didn't turn that off earlier. So I'm going to back this up here. Usually what you'd have is you probably have somebody else guiding you, and it wouldn't just be a single person. Especially on a farm this large, actually. On a smaller farm, it could just be one person, but most likely. You could use your mirrors too, but of course I can't, because the mirrors don't work. Obviously you can see on some things it does, but obviously not on this particular tractor, which is unfortunate. Alright, so our pigs are at 31 productivity now. And they are, even though we don't have any pigs, they started producing manure and liquid manure. So we may start getting into liquid manure depending on the costs and whatnot. There we go. If we can just straighten that out a little bit, we're just going to leave that right there. So then when... There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the episode there for now. What we'll do is... let's just turn this... we'll drive the tractor over there. Why not? We're going to leave that mixer there, and what we'll do is, for now, I am going to stop the episode here, and then I'll come back when the barley is ready, and then we'll have a barley harvesting fiesta. No, I guess it's the right word. Fiesta is party, I think. I don't speak Spanish very well, so... let's just take a quick peek to see how ready it is. So it's partially ready. Withering is off, so these two crops I could harvest them, but as I mentioned last time, the neighbors refused because they don't know me. I'm the stranger in town right now, and they're like, "Who is that guy? Why is he doing those strange things?" Strange things by, you know, driving a little tiny cedar around and things like that. Actually, now that I think about it, this tractor is the only one that can run the baler. Because this baler needs at least 80 horsepower. I think it's 100 horsepower, sorry. So this is the only tractor that could do the baler. So I'll have to hook up the Ford to our tipper there. And I think it's V. Yes, it is V. So we'll hook it up. We've got the PTO. And then we'll stop the tractor there. And like I said, we'll come back when that barley is ready to be harvested. And then we'll harvest the barley. We'll bale the straw. because that makes us a little bit of money instead of wasting it. And we will also be able to move on. All right, so my name is Ian Robson. This is Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on the American farm. And I'll catch you guys later.